see those dark clouds over there. There's a good indication of the way it was earlier. Oh, and if you look at it, that is headed our way. So we might not be out here for very long. Oh, you are decent. I think I had the camera rolling for that. I did not even barely know that I had you on, and that is awesome. Beautiful red sunfish. PB sunfish. Whew. You are spiny. Man, so pretty. Look at that. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to hook. This is a red worm, smaller than a night crawler in girth. Sometimes they can get about as close to as long, but they just stretch out. But you find the head's got the band on it. And you just stab it close to the head. You kind of wait for them to squish up. And what you're going to do is you're going to push it up the hook, and it's not wriggling. Push it up the hook, about that far, and then you're going to push it out of the worm, and then push it up so that the hook is just sticking out there. Most of the time they'll bite off the end there, but if you can get a crappie or a bass to bite on there, this hook is a little too small. We're kind of just fishing for bluegill. If you get something big to bite on this, that'll take the whole worm. That'll be the case, but usually they'll just bite off the end, and then you can use the rest of the worm as you're fishing for bluegill or any panfish, I think they call them. Sunfish, bluegill, warmouth. Anyway, so yeah, if you can find it, basically it's just a matter of finding where the bluegill, the panfish are that you want to fish for, because once you find out where they're living and where they're feeding, it's pretty straightforward to catch them. You just dip that pole in the water, wait for a bite to pull away like that. See how that one just popped out of the water. Really, they're gonna get bites like crazy, but you gotta wait till they start pulling away from you before you try and set that hook. If you don't wait till they pull away, you're just gonna pull up empty every time. See here, tugging, they're starting to pull away. See, fish had the worm, he just wasn't hooked. But that is basically all there is. Oh, that was a bigger one, and it completely took it. Oh, just a tiny little guy, barely hooked. So, I mean, just if you catch a bluegill, you want to start at the top and run your fingers down, because they have spines on basically all of their fins, top and bottom. And then you're just going to push. You want to push against that barb so that it gets around the barb. And it's usually pretty easy to get them off the hook. And when I'm fishing for bluegill or for any kind of panfish, we use every last bit of this worm, because they will take it. Told ya. we'll reset it now. This guy's a little bit bigger. Not by much though. Its color's kind of dull. The bigger they get, the worse it is. The worse it'd be if they spine you. See, I can feel the spines coming up. Oops. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to catching bluegill. You don't need a fancy pole. You don't need fancy line. I mean, this is like I think this is like 8-pound test. I use this slip bobber though because I've tried to use just a standard bobber, and what happens is standard bobber is just going to grab your line, and when the fish pulls down, it's going to pull the bobber down, and it's going to scare the fish. This way, they just pull that line. They can pull as much as they want, and it's just going to pull away. I put a little weight here, but you can buy little. I think you can buy little stoppers, and it does less damage to your line. But again, you're just catching bluegill, so it's not really going to matter all that much. And that's all there is to it. Oh. Nope. Dang it. He felt bigger than he was. Put up a pretty good fight. But he or she. So and this could be, and I'll have to look this up because I'm not sure. But I think that it's the shape of them. See how this one's narrower? When they're, I think one is male and one is female, depending on how tall they are. Not long, tall. Oh, this one's bigger. That one, I could feel the weight on the end. Nice. So this one's kind of long. Kind of long, but not so high. Ooh! Got a little girth to it, though. Definitely bigger than the ones that I'm used to catching. You can see there in my hand. Pretty good size. You can see how big their eyes are, too. It's kind of a gauge. Oh, that's a big one. Nice. Oh, this might be the same one that I caught earlier. Oh, look how pretty that one is. This one I can almost stick my finger in their mouth. Yeah. Nice pretty colors. I'm trying to steal. Doesn't like that. Definitely likes that less than handling it this way. Just don't want to get spined. No thank you.